Welcome inside Okinawa Arena. Destina Burton alongside Hall of Famer Andrew Gaze. We've got Slovenia and Cape Verde. This is going to be the finale in Group F action. Andrew, we just saw Cape Verde come off of a historic victory here in their first ever appearance in the World Cup. They went ahead and stole a victory away from Venezuela, so they're riding an all-time high. What can we expect from this group as they are going to go up against the juggernaut and certainly the tournament favorite Slovenia here tonight?
Well, that's right, and I think Cape Verde are riding the emotions of a win. We saw some unbelievable scenes after their win against Venezuela that spilled out not just on the venue, it was also in the hotel and the fans getting around them, as they should. A very small nation, smallest nation ever to qualify for a World Cup with just a few over 560,000 people as a population base. It is quite amazing. And they had a great performance. They shot the ball well. In the first round, they were 3 of 26 from the three-point line, I should say, in the first game against Georgia. And then they bounced back against Venezuela, and they were 11 of 26. If they have any hope of causing an upset, it's that three ball that's going to be important. They need to be on fire from the three-point line if they're going to have a chance against this Luka Doncic-led Slovenian team that just keeps on getting better. They've got a lot of experience. This team finished 4th in the Tokyo Olympics just a couple of years ago, and they're looking to go better at this campaign, and they've got the makeup of a very nice team. Anytime you can throw 11 warm bodies around Luka Doncic, you're going to have a chance, such as the greatness of number 77 for Slovenia.
Luka Doncic leading the way in scoring throughout this tournament. 2 games in the books. This is number 3. Slovenia is going to be down 1 player today. Number 11, Jaka Blazic, will miss. He's going to be day-to-day as they're monitoring a back injury. The scans came back clear, but they're going to make sure his body is ready, because this is just the capstone to group in the first round of play, right? Slovenia already going to be moving through to round 2 in the group of 16. But they have a long road ahead, as if their goal here is to get that World Cup gold.
That's right, and they're going to be facing Germany and Australia. And it was Australia who actually beat Slovenia for that bronze medal in Tokyo. There's arguably the greatest player in this tournament, Luka Doncic, and boy, is he putting up some numbers, 35.5. And do not disregard the 6 assists and the 8.5 rebounds per game. And, of course, helping out on the defensive end. He's 4th in steals with 2.5 steals a game.
Look here, as Georgia defeated Venezuela 70-59. Australia and Germany, and these records will carry on with them throughout the tournament. Before we get going here, we're going to stop down for the national anthems. First for Cape Verde, the visiting team. And now for the home team, Slovenia.
For the national anthem of Slovenia.
So a tap on the hardwood for good luck from Luka Doncic there, and his squad's looking to finish out with a 3-0 record here in the group play. It would be the first time that Slovenia does so in World Cup competition. And this is a unit that has never lost to an African nation. And this is the first meeting between these two teams. And the big superstar on the other side, you see Luka Doncic clapping it up with Eddie Tavares, the 7'3", 31-year-old center that Coach Emmanuel Truvada was really looking forward to getting activated here tonight against Slovenia. A look at the officiating crew here tonight. Bosnia, Mexico, and Canada all represented. International game, international teams, international flavor on the official side of things. And for Cape Verde, we're gonna see where they stand and if they can counter after the height of the emotions just 2 evenings ago, earning their first ever World Cup victory. A look at the starting five that will do it. A newcomer to the bunch, Joel Almeida will join his brother Ivan Almeida, who's the captain of this team. And then Tavares, William, and João Gomes, and then Eddie Tavares, which we want more of.
We do, and he's leading the tournament in rebounds, so he's a beast. Walter Tavares, he comes from great stock. He's been with Real Madrid for quite some time, and he sets all types of records in European basketball as far as protecting the rim. And there you see the rebound count. He hasn't been that active on the offensive end, and they don't go to him a whole lot. But I think they need to do more, play through him. You've seen the way in which he can pass the ball, and there's Gomes, who those 22 points were huge against Venezuela. He came up big, in fact led the way in scoring in that contest, and they're going to need his three-point shooting and the head coach.
Emmanuel Truvada. Again, this is a unit that has been playing together for some time. They spent 2 weeks at the Boston Celtics facility training, and they have come here to win and make history, and they have accomplished that already. On the other side of the court, it's Slovenia here making their 4th World Cup appearance. The best finish was 7th back in 2014. Like you said, Andrew, they were just off the podium in Tokyo during those Olympics and exited early in the last Eurobasket tournament. Poland sent them packing.
Well, that's right, and it's an impressive starting lineup, as you can see it right there. Prepelic does some good things, but you know, we talk about the great play of Dragic, Toby, Nikolic, but it's Luka Doncic that everyone's coming to see, and he has not let anyone down. I think, you know, when you think of Luka Doncic and what he's capable of doing, the 35 points a game is extraordinary. And, you know, it's going to be hard to maintain that as the quality of the competition goes through, but they play through him so much, the ball's in his hand so much, but he welcomes the load, and as does this man, the naturalized Slovenian, Mike Toby. He's averaged a double-double in the Tokyo Olympics, so his rebounding stats in the first 2 games, a little down on what we saw in Tokyo, but still he is one of the prime movers with that 14.5 points and 5.5 rebounds. And I think Slovenia, as we take a look at the coach as well.
Yeah, Coach Alexander Sekulic here.
And I think one of the big questions they need to sort out is that with Mike Toby on the court, he basically splits time with Dimets. And Dimets, and there's been a note, you can notice the difference in the first 2 games when Toby's not out there. So the way in which they smooth that transition, other teams with this type of lineup, like we saw with Australia, they just go small. And Slovenia haven't done a whole lot of that. They can do that, of course, and might see bits and pieces of it, but figuring out how to get Dimets more involved when Toby's on the sideline is going to be part of what they can get out of a game like this, where they go in as the outrageous favourites. There's a couple of players that spent some time together at Real Madrid. Luka Doncic, he's got some experience with Walter Tavares. So,
a warm embrace before tip.
That's right. And Tavares has got a huge responsibility, a huge load to carry.
We'll try to listen in here.
Ei, primeiro ataque, quick. Beto, bloco. Ivan, a explorar, a jogarmos aqui dentro, com o Edi ou com o Joel no canto. Quick primeiro, quick. Ei, defender forte, bons box altos, correr bem nos corredores, bem abertos. Extremos, não fiquem aqui, vão até os cantos. Indo lá para dentro, o Edi grande, chegamos com o 4 em cima e temos sempre, se a bola triangular, corte do 3 mais um pico do outro lado.
Coach Travado's crew, the first ever ranked team, the lowest ranked team to get a victory on the World Cup stage. They walked in being ranked 64th in the world. Luka Doncic and his crew 8 in the FIBA World Rankings. The heavy favorite here is Slovenia.
And keeping him off the free throw line is going to be a big part of what Cape Verde has to do. Slovenia, they take more free throws in the first couple of games than any other team in the competition. They're averaging 31 free throws a game, and it was a stop-start affair in their last outing against Georgia, where the combined foul count in that game against Georgia there was 54 fouls called in the game. So hopefully we get a little bit more free-flowing action this evening. And looking forward to see how Cape Verde deal with this huge challenge, but it'll be a welcome one, I'm sure.
So much respect on the court. The guys shaking it up and understanding what this moment means and competing on the world stage. Your country on the front of your jersey. And we saw that the other night with Cape Verde too, celebrating here in the arena, back at the hotel. Plus. Especially for a team that had an uphill battle getting here back in 2017. They had to fight their federation to be able to compete in the Afro-Basket, and since then, the leadership has changed. They have all the backing. They believe, and they're gonna start building those blocks. And Almeida will get the first foul as he checks Doncic here beyond the arc.
Joel Almeida, he's got his hands full, and I think just early days, of course, but what he was trying to do is get up and in the lanes, in fact, and keep the ball out of his hands. Prevention's better than cure. Don't let him do that. Don't let him touch it.
Tavares, the baseball kick. Almeida, open court with the two-hand jam.
A little extra work after he stuffed it in as well.
Nikolic with the ball for Slovenia. Doncic off the screen, hits the roller. Toby there. I call that the tea party.
Yeah, it's tough when you don't have any ball pressure. Such an easy pass for Doncic to make. They've got a great connection, he and Toby. We saw it at the Tokyo Olympics. These two, and sometimes you just got to get on the same page. There's a connection. You can read the body language of each other, and they do it so well.
Will Tavares running point for Cape Verde. Gomes inside. And Almeida off back rim. An extra effort here by Will Tavares under the basket. The putback by Almeida. Even playing cleanup. And a takeaway. Dragic wanted a kick ball, and Gomes will let it fly from the wing. Doncic slowing things down. And a foul here. I think it's going to be Evan Almeida.
Yep, you're right. He got away with a hook on that last one. Did Will Tavares. This is not unfamiliar for Luka Doncic. He can get to the free throw line.
I mean, how many did he shoot the other night when there were 54 fouls called when Slovenia played Georgia?
Yeah, he's got a knack of reading the defense and knowing how to commit fouls or draw fouls.
1 for 2 that go at it. There's a set of brothers playing on the floor for Cape Verde. Number 6 is Evan Almeida, the younger brother. And also Joel Almeida wearing number 9. 4 years his senior. Doncic on the cut. Tavares stepping out. Doncic gonna lose him for a hot second. And Nikolic, opposite wing, gets it for 3.
Well, that's hard. You got Luka Doncic coming off a stagger screen and forced to switch, and the big fella, all 221 centimeters of him. That's a tough ask for him to try and keep Luka Doncic in front of him.
Gomes now deep 3, rolls in and out. Tavares fighting for the rebound. Second chance, Cape Verde. Tavares driving. He'll lay it in as nothing cleared for his teammate. Doncic, excuse me there, to Mike Tobey.
And there's that connection that I was talking about. Just throw it up and that could be a charge. Dragic just guessing the right way of where the offense was going. That time it was Evan Almeida. He did it perfectly, the veteran. And here it is. And if Tavares is going to be that deep, there's no ball pressure. It's impossible to really stop that because there's no help. It's a single side on-ball screen. The roll is there. And Tavares will be better served just putting ball pressure on.
And again, the look for Toby, a kick. Nikolic on the wing, and he will stroke it. His second 3-ball here of the first quarter. Almeida shakes Doncic, and he'll drop in. The lefty gets it 2.
This has been a great start, although they trail it by 3. Cape Verde not being intimidated, prepared to go at Slovenia.
Doncic, Tavares staying in front. He's on the ground, and we're running with Cape Verde.
Really good by Tavares there. As I've mentioned, 221 centimeters, and Luka going at him, but he's able to slide his feet down the other end, gets Luka in the air, and an easy 2.
And for everybody not on the metric system, Tavares stands at 7'3". The top of the key, ball in his hands. He'll turn, hook shot, misses.
You can see he is an unwilling shooter. He gets it, but shooting's not his priority. As Luka gets to the free throw line yet again.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Doncic get that close to the hoop and not shoot it. So very contrary players.
Gee, that was a heavy hit too. And Luka goes for his second set of free throws. And you mentioned that game against Georgia. Luka had 17 free throw attempts. He was 13 of 17. And he puts a lot of pressure on the officials. Head snapping back, his arms are going everywhere. And it's tough on the officials because he does get hit a lot as well. But trying to decipher between the meaningful hits that aren't just normal basketball plays and the flopping of Luka can sometimes be difficult.
They'll get both here. As Slovenian fans are happy in the stands. And why not? Their team unblemished here so far in Okinawa. DeHosa now on the floor, as is Kennedy Mensch. And so the kick will reset the shot clock, so 14 seconds for Coach Travada's squad. DeHosa back to Tavares. That one extended from the elbow, looks pretty.
It did, no hesitation, free throw line, and he knocks it down. As we mentioned, played for Real Madrid, been there the past 6 seasons, and average 10 points a game.
Dragic with the rock, no look pass corner. Slovenia will keep playing with it. Doncic, extra pass, Dragic in the corner, that's what they wanted.
Yeah, really good ball movement, and on the weak side, had to offer help because of the penetration and the extra pass by Luka Doncic, very unselfish.
Almeida driving, his pass, and there's contact. We're going to see Kennedy Mensch take over on the free throw line.
Now we see the defense collapse, and there was the problem when you got that kick out pass. You see right there, you've got 2 Cape Verde players running at the ball. You can't have that. You got to have one running at the ball, and you on your weak side defensive rotation rules, then the next guy can take the next pass if it's there, and you're just closing out, forcing them to make extra passes. But the minute you have 2 of them running at the one player, which Luka can create that sort of attention, you're playing catch up, and it's harder on the next rotation.
Kennedy Mensch hits both. 4-point game, 4 to play here in the first quarter. It's the finale in Group F. Slovenia has already stamped their ticket to the round of 16. Doncic, through traffic, will get to shoot 2 more.
Patrick Lima it is this time, and that's what he does. When he gets a little guy on him, or someone he got a size advantage, he just goes to the box. They throw it in there, and again showing the craftiness. And this is that substitution I was talking about.
So Toby steps off.
Yeah, it's Toby out and
Dimet's on.
Dimet's is a guy that gives his all. He's raw. The best way of scoring, unsophisticated on the offensive end. Only takes what he's given. He's there more for his defense and setting screens and getting the ball moving. But from what we've seen in the first couple of games, there is a change in the way Slovenia play when he comes on.
Pass nearly tipped away and going the other way. Doncic on the read. So Cape Verde to inbound. Lima. Mensch. Almeida will give it a run. Mid-range jumper, drops in. Number 6 with 6 points here in the first. Doncic will pass it out. A reset, and nearly from the logo, he'll give it a ring. Pass intended for D-Mets. Almeida, though, keeping him knotted up.
That's right. And Luka just trying to find his range. That was a deep three. And down the other end, they've got some good value out of this. Their penetration off the bounce, off the dribble, has been good. And Evan Almeida taking advantage of it.
Mensch going to work on the block. Doncic driving, waiting for someone to stop him. He hits the hardwood and no whistle. A hustle play by the big guy and Tavares.
Slow to get up too, Luka, so they sacrifice a foul. Luka falling on the ground after that shot attempt, again trying to milk a foul, get to the free throw line.
We're going to see Prepelic come in. And that gives Nikolic a breather. Almeida spinning into traffic. Slovenia picks up their 4th team foul.
Prepelic is got a slightly different role. During the Olympics, he was a huge part of what they did, average over 15 points a game.
Tavares, D-Mets in front of him. Here comes the double team. Almeida now is shot on the wing, misses. And Doncic, extra pass here in the corner, a miss. Almeida. And the pass knocked away this time. Doncic with the steal. The kick out. The finish. Prepelic. Bine Prepelic there. There's 2 Prepelices on the floor. They're cousins. Tavares. Around the horn we go. DeHosa decides to dribble in a little bit closer. And Doncic gobbles the rebound. A push from behind.
He's going to go to the free throw line again. Real smart. He knows when the team's in the bonus. Just hurt his leg a little, but getting back to that Clayman Prepelic.
They put their heads and you go up. They didn't go down.
Mensch staying back to help him out. Maybe a little zinger.
But Clayman Prepelic, he had those, he's had 15 points here. He's averaged up to 16 in the first couple of games. And that's just that balance. And there you see the push in the back. And Luka just falls on that left hip, causing him a little bit of discomfort. But a couple of freebies on offer. That'll make the pain go away just a little.
So Doncic will get set up on the free throw line here. He's got 5 points, all stemming from the free throw line here today.
And of course, Slovenia missing one of their other NBA players, Chankar, who plays for the Denver Nuggets, championship-winning Denver Nuggets, and he, in one of the warm-up games, unfortunately, did his ACL. So that's a big piece of what Slovenia have to offer, not available.
Mensch having his way underneath the block.
Straight away, Slovenia points to Mike Toby and wants to get him back in the lineup.
Doncic, corner. rolls in and out. A fight for the rebound here, covered up by Tavares. And DeHosa will let it fly. Now, if he would have missed that, fans would have gone bonkers. Instead, he makes this one and cuts the lead to 2.
It is, and timeout Slovenia. And you've got to be cautious. You're right, Cape Verde. They've just got to use their judgment on the tempo of the game. The quicker this gets, if this goes up and down, talent will prevail, and Slovenia have more talent. But things going their way. Splashes the 3.
Ej, poslušajte, prva stvar. Pusti Tavareša zuni trapje. Jebemo sunce, ne možemo reći. Ej, drugo, mi ne gamblamo nas, mi gremo na skok, ne pa da gamblaš, kako si ti gamblaš tebe, ne razumete, kaj greš tako? Gremo v four side chest, okay? Execute. Potrpežljivi v napadu, pa rado se vraća nazaj v branite.
No easy games here on the World Cup stage. Cape Verde is going to give Slovenia and Luka Doncic's crew its biggest punch that they have left. And so far, Tavares and Doncic are the matchup we're seeing most of.
This is what happens, and it's kind of symbolic of Slovenia. Luka's got his 6 points, but they've all come from the free throw line where he's 6 of 8, but he's 0 of 5 from the field. And if you can slow Luka down, it does you the best opportunity of containing Slovenia. And I think Luka just copped the warning then. So any more chit-chat from Luka is going to result in a technical foul. And I think you've got to do this. You've got to rough him up. If Luka can just play at his tempo and have his way with it, he's hard to stop.
Prepelic, the feed to Toby, baseline, he's looking for help. Prepelic will let it fly, and he nails it. DeHosa. Ball goes inside. Cutter hit. Lay in on the left. What a run. Lima.
And that's what I like playing through that low post. Weak side action. Slovenia falling asleep. There's Luka again trying to milk a foul, I guess.
Rolling is Toby. No look pass from Doncic. It won't go in. That's the first field goal Toby's missed this entire tournament. Can't believe it. .4 to go. The throw up by Hosa and a miss. So the first quarter is over. It's Slovenia that is up by 3 points, 24-21.
Just run that by me again when it comes to Toby.
I saw it in our pregame stats that he was 100% from the field through the tournament.
Maybe from the 2-point range, perhaps. But
2-point range, yeah. Correct.
So
from the field. Well, I was
going to say.
That's my states coming out, Andrew, when you say the field.
But beyond the 3-point line, he's missed a couple. But yeah, and when you're getting looks like he's done. And Slovenia, overall, not too bad, 47%. In fact, both teams, 47%. And all things considered, this has been an outstanding quarter of basketball by Cape Verde. And there we see Toby, and that's why he shoots such a high percentage from that 2-point range when they're putting it up the rim around the basket. And down the other end, they've had some good opportunities with the penetration. Cape Verde being able to put it to the floor. Again, Luka throwing it up to get Toby. And they shoot the ball really well. This Slovenian team, on this tournament, they're actually 10th in 3-point field goal percentage. So they're one of the better 3-point shooting teams. as opposed to Cape Verde, who are one of the worst. In fact, they're second last. And Prepelic he's a star. Takes what he's given. He's automatic when he's open from the three-point line. And real crafty, smart player. And what a luxury it has when you can bring him off the bench, which happens from time to time.
If you haven't downloaded it already, make sure you go ahead and scan the QR code on your screen. That's for the Courtside 1891 app. All the schedules, scores, streams, everything your little basketball heart desires can be found on the app. Start of the second quarter, Despina Barton alongside Andrew Gaze. Slovenia with a three-point advantage. On the curl, Prepelic, the target, misses. Toby with a second chance here. Prepelic splitting defenders, the kick. Doncic will have a hand in it. Better shot, but not enough time. Chibacek's three will not count.
Quite get it off in time. Luka gave him a bit of a stare as well. I'm not sure what we wanted him to do. The shot clock was right at the buzzer.
Tavares with the hook. In range, misses it. And Lima will slow down Prepelic by delivering a foul.
It's a good foul. It's in the open court. Slovenia streaming down the floor. So he did it and disguised it enough that wasn't going to get the unsportsmanlike for the two free throws in the sideline.
De Rosa staying in front of Doncic. How about this one? No, a miss by Chibacek when he had plenty of time on the shot clock. Tavares off the block, knocked away by Doncic. And they're saying that it was last touched by Cape Verde.
I think it was slapped and come off his...
Hey, coach. Coach, please.
Come off his
You
belly.
cannot go from him. This is okay. All ball. All ball.
Yeah, there certainly wasn't a foul. It looked like it was all ball, but I think Cape Verde thought it might have just gone out of bounds, but I think it came off Tavares' hip as it was stripped from his hands.
Mid-range for Doncic. A miss. Toby trying to play cleanup. And Tavares will pull down the board. Lima back to him. He'll spin on Toby, take it, finish on the left with the right, and will earn two from the free throw line.
Well, Slovenia have become really stagnant with their offense. They've played a couple of possessions already, and it's just sticking in Luka's hands. And there wasn't a lot in that by Toby. Perhaps the little push. And Walter Tavares goes to the free throw line to shoot a couple of free throws, where he's a good free throw shooter at Real Madrid. Last season, 69% from the field. Excuse me, from the free throw line. This is a two-time EuroLeague champion. EuroLeague all-time leader in block shots. And was the Final Four in just the recent Final Four. He was MVP for Real Madrid. So he's coming off some very good form.
Doncic driving on the baseline. Horvat, one extra pass to Prepelic. He's going lane, and he gets it.
And that's the craftiness that I was talking about. Had the three, and as the defense closes out, he goes in and nice read at the basket.
Tavares skips it over. De Rosa gives it back, and he'll shoot from the top of the key, a miss. Doncic gobbling up the rebound. Now with 5 rebounds. shoulder downhill attack and head back to the free throw line.
Well, he's upset he didn't make it. High arc up over the top of the rim, backboard.
Let's a look here at Blazic. He suffered a back injury against Georgia.
Yeah, it was a nasty one. I think it was Shingale went up and he was on the floor and Shingale landed on his back.
He's not ruled out for the tournament, but they're watching him day by day and obviously not suited up here tonight.
Well, Luka had 17 free throws against Georgia. He's on track to top that. 7 of 9 now. He's got 5 boards and 4 assists. So although he's 0 of 6 from the field, he gets his first rest in this one. And
so Doncic on the bench. Cape Verde still in striking range. Six-point game. DeHosa and Mendonça will let it fly from 3, a miss, and the feed up for the outlet. Slovenia is on the run. Open look for Clement Prepelic. And flying through the air there was Horvat. His effort is rewarded with the possession back.
it is. He got that front spot. He thought he got pushed in the back. I think it's a good no call. Showing his commitment to the cause, which you're going to need. Every result matters.
Nikolic with the ball driving. Prepelic, another three-pointer for Clement Prepelic.
Yeah, it's nice. He's come in, and what an impact. He's only played 5 minutes. He's got 8 points, 3 of 5 from the field. He's come in and had an instant impact.
Will Tavares back running point for Cape Verde. Gomes driving baseline. Double comes. He'll feed it to a teammate. Lima finishing. Why not? Clement Prepelic again. His teammate Nikolic there for the putback.
Yeah, they need to tidy up their work on the O boards. Right now, Cape Verde, the last couple of positions, haven't been able to tidy things up. Slovenia leads that category. The rebounds, 16 to 12. But 6 of those 16 coming at the offensive end. You just see they're trying to up the tempo on the defensive end. A little bit more ball pressure, get in the lanes, become more disruptive. That's just too easy. Very stagnant so far by both teams. A lot of action with the ball. Not a lot of cutting and motion to loosen up the defense. And look at Cape Verde, who a lot of their stuff throughout the tournament is coming off the bounce. Just like this, the penetration, finishing at the rim. They're last in assists. He's averaging 14 assists a game.
Gomes taking his way. The veteran, 38 years old. Prepelic with the ball. No look corner pass. His teammate Nikolic will roll in and out on that attempt. Tavares eyes down court. Almeida to Tavares, wing three, and it's nothing but net.
They just won't go away. Cape Verde just hanging in there, and some real perhaps Slovenia not paying enough respect to Cape Verde. The penetrating dish has been effective.
Prepelic on the left, the skilled marksman, while Doncic sits and watches on. Almeida doing a lot of dribbling here. There's the cutter, one too many, tracked down there by Gomes.
There's an error on the bench because there was no shot. The ball didn't touch the rim and they didn't lose possession, but they reset the shot clock. There was a deflection and perhaps the bench thought that might have been a change of possession, but it wasn't. So they're going to go back and have a look at this and try and figure it out. It actually hurts Cape Verde because I think they had a play on the rim. Here's Prepelic, who's just come in and lit things up with 10 points.
Off the bench for Prepelic.
Again, we see that substitution. Toby goes out, Demets comes back in. Prepelic can get to the rim, he can shoot the three. He's high quality.
And before we resume play, Cape Verde wants to take a timeout and talk about things. We're going to go ahead and try and listen in.
2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup local partner TCL wants to see you on the big screen. All you have to do is do what the emoji is doing. Let's see you go to war of an hour later.
Will, bola. Beto e Ivan. Ivan segue no Beto. Vai buscar o Kevon. Kevon, vai buscar o Anderson para aqui. Tem linha de passe dentro. Tem linha de passe no flare. E tem linha de passe aqui no Ivan. Will.
So Luka Doncic out at the moment, but we're going to show you some of his teammates' work in Klemen Prepelic.
And each time, the time before that on the closeout, he drove by, got all the way to the paint. That time on the closeout, comes in and pulls up for the three. He's very versatile work that he's doing.
The 30-year-old point guard.
Work he's doing off the dribble is real difficult to guard because you close him out so hard, which you have to for the three. He blows by you.
Gomes. Helter Skelter shot goes in as a fadeaway.
He's in a rich vein of form. The 22 led the scorers in that historic win for Cape Verde over Venezuela.
Dragic, top of the key, lefty is short.
Well, I think they've called this a kick ball. They want a challenge. I don't know what. See, I don't know why you would use your challenge on this one. Let's have a look first at Gomes. Again, a lot of dribble, but tough fadeaway. Well, he signaled he wanted a challenge, but perhaps that's one you're not allowed. Maybe you can't challenge it. I'm not sure. To check.
Demets laying on the left, the feed from Prepelic.
Beautifully executed underneath out of bounds play.
Gomes taken away, out alone, Dragic. And Slovenia is making it look real easy.
It isn't how quickly it can turn. Still, just they've been able to reel off the last 4 points, but it's only an 8-point game. Travel. Change the pivot foot. And you just notice and sense the upping of the defense. Turnovers will kill you. Particularly those. There's never a good turnover, but those like that, you just have no chance to defend it. And Dragic with the easy two.
Doncic back on the floor for Slovenia. Had a 4-minute rest there. Goes back to her. Extra touch over to Dragic. Misses. And Cape Verde running the other way. Almeida. Gomes now for 3. He hits it. Cape Verde staying in question.
They are, and their 3 balls have come in transition. They're some of their better looks. It's finding that balance between the half-court game, trying to keep the scores modest. They've done a great job. Only 39 points so far.
Dragic to D-Mats, denied. And Gomes is going to pick up a personal. His first.
Another great pass by Luka. And the rim protection.
So G-Guy D-Mats, the 30-year-old power forward, is on the free throw line right now.
He actually plays his basketball in Japan, so he'd be familiar with the culture and the conditions here. He's a 71% shooter from the free throw line last season.
4 points for D-Mats here tonight. The finale in Group F play, Slovenia unbeaten. Cape Verde 1-1, earning a historic victory over Venezuela 2 nights ago. A first as this Western African nation makes their very first appearance in the World Cup. They get to walk away with a victory, and that was fun to be a part of 2 nights ago. Put back. O'Hare, welcome to the party.
Had a free run at it, and boy, has he got some hops. He got way up above the rim.
Doncic for 3, a miss. We have not seen Doncic score from beyond the arc today.
We haven't saw it. He has not made a field goal. He's 0 of 7 from the field. And look at, don't get a full appreciation. You might get a better understanding of how high. Head up near the rim for O'Hare.
I know you liked a lot of what you saw from O'Hare against Venezuela and even against Georgia, so.
Well, he's active. He's real active and attacks the rim.
Gomes gets it to O'Hare. He goes baseline. Oh, he believed that Tavares was gonna cut. That wasn't the case. And on the other end, D-Mats down there battling for the rebound. A kick. Doncic thinking about it. Decides to stay low. Almeida trying to fight through the screen, and it's an offensive.
D-Mats that time, he's trying to do the right thing for Luka and give him some space, but rolled and set a moving screen. Have a look, there he's got the screen, and then he just hooks up. Just hooked him. Thought he could get away with it. He thought that, trying to claim that he got hooked.
Tavares here, William with the ball. Gomes moving down to the block, tries to split defenders, taken away. And Gomes gonna have some extra words with the officials as he did not receive a call.
Yeah, he's not complaining about the foul on Luka. He's complaining he thought he got hit here. And he might have got hit early, but certainly not on the shot.
And with 1:09 to play here in the second quarter, Slovenia and head coach Alexander Sekulic is calling a timeout.
He wouldn't be overly pleased with what he's seeing so far. Oh, there's a technical.
Znaš kje zajemo? Ok. Samo žogo. Zadriblaš na stranu. Ok? Bujo. Uvijaš, Nele. Uvijaš. Traktor, hop, pa gremo u low post. Samo poslušaj me. Zoki, kad on dobije žogo na low post, širite koji zicar. Idemo na baseline cut. Na pol igramo, okej? Ajde. Ajde, širiš ovdje kod ovdje.
Slovenia going to get to shoot a free throw because there was a technical foul on Cape Verde's bench. I don't think it's on the player. There we see the turnaround from earlier on, but I think it was Verde that was given the technical foul. Either way, it's going to be only the one free throw, and then we'll go back and take it from the sideline. Luca's gone straight to the free throw line to pick up the extra point. He's 8 of 10 from the free throw line.
Yep, head coach Trovada was the one who picked up the technical foul as Doncic misses the free throw.
Well, he needs to be careful. He gets one more, he's going to get tossed. So he's got to temper his reactions.
Giga Summer with the ball for Slovenia. Just 22 years old. He's getting some early play here against Cape Verde. Doncic pulls up on Gomes. And his teammate recovery, Dragic, another chance, and there, Luka kissing to the heavens as he gets his first field goal. Tavares right into Doncic's hands. Doncic, Euro, extra pass, Summer. Doncic to Summer.
It's a nice read, wasn't it? He knew he had the two in front and flipped it back. Luka looks hurt. You see him at the top of your screen there on the weak, trying to guard the ball, but he's holding his hip.
And Coher just shifting his way and shuffling in for two. Somar, nothing there, and that's the buzzer at the halftime here. Slovenia up by 7, 45-38. And you're right, Luka Doncic looks slightly perturbed.
He is. Clearly he's not happy with his form. 1 of 9 from the field. He's got the 10 points. 8 of them from the free throw line, but it's that left hip he seems to be holding. But I think we got to give a lot of credit to Cape Verde. Not too many people giving them any chance to stay within 20 or 30. Well, they only trail it by 7 at the halftime break, and they've been able to score and score well. They're shooting it at 53%. They've exposed Slovenia off the dribble, and their ability to get to the rim or even the mid-range. They've only had the 10 three-point field goal attempts. They're 3 of 10 from there, 16 of 30 overall. And down the other end, they're making it uncomfortable for Luka. And I think Slovenia have been really stagnant on the offensive end. Too much dribble, not a lot of cutting, and it's played into the hands of Cape Verde.
And we wondered before this game even started, Andrew, how was Cape Verde going to respond, right? You have a tall task, one of the best players in the world you're going to go face off against. You come off of a high already, notching your nation's first ever World Cup victory. How are you going to respond? Well, heck, after 20 minutes, they've made it evident they have not completed business here in Okinawa.
No, 100%, and you could tell by the action. We take a look at the highlights. Prepelic was superb when he came on. Only played the 10 minutes, but in that time he had 10 points, 4 of 7 from the field. He was very active, both with getting to the rim and pulling up for the 3-ball. He's a star, averaging 16 a game so far in the first couple of games. But down the other end, and you'll see a lot of these highlights, is the penetration Cape Verde, it's either for the full penetration to get to the rim or pulling up for the mid-range shot. I think that Cape Verde has done a good job of keeping their composure, not getting caught up in the hype of Luka Mania, and believing. And they believe, genuinely believe. We see some of the action. There's that Prepelic again. It's a lot to like about this Slovenia team, but they've been unders this first half. I don't think that they'll go into the locker room being all that pleased with the way they played.
On paper, D-Mets in this crew is number 8 in the world. Cape Verde ranked 64th. Slovenia, the only unbeaten squad here in Okinawa. And really, it's Gomes and the veterans off this Cape Verde squad that are keeping them close.
It is. There's that beautiful drop-off pass.
And I want to see more Coher here in the second half, Andrew.
Yeah, he's been active. Likes to get to the rim. He attacks the rim.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.
Gets rejected. Well, my goodness gracious. Renza Bondo just making a statement block there.
Fournier, nowhere to go. Nice defense, skip, and it's a turnover. El Darwish, that's got to be his third steal. And nice run by his teammates is Zenon.
We'll keep adding on to the turnovers, and Wagner just having his way, muscling through. This is turning into a pickup game.
Turns it over, and here comes the Souza with a windmill. Wow, that is just a monumental moment.
Tominaga, one speed, beating Ingles, and the block on the board. Your boy Cooks. Cooks gets it back. No one stepping up.
Zalia Cooks. He's in a rich vein of form. Carrying on from that really good last quarter.
Gets it back, and Wagner's gone. A miscue, and Finland's going the other way. Markkanen with the two-hand jam.
That's where Giffey needs to be careful. The good hustle to try and to stop the errant pass in the over and back.
Baseline. Cross court pass finds Quinones. Quinones all the way. Good ball reversal. Good defensive rotation by the Angolas, but in the end, Andreas Luiz just dissects the defense down.
Oh my goodness, it's easy.
16 feet and in, he's so tough. He can stop like in an instant. He can get past you. He can create different angles. He may not be the best three-point shooter in the world.
Oh, what a shot from Paco Cruz. He was literally out of bounds and just has such a golden feel for the ball.
Wow, what good basketball there by Latvia. Nice patience. Zagals attacks the defense, draws two, and finds his big man.
Away in the flush. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
So welcome back inside Okinawa Arena. Despina Barton alongside FIBA Hall of Famer Andrew Gaze. 20 minutes in the books, and Cape Verde, well, this is their leading scorer, Gomes, with 7 points. The leadership from him, finding a way to score when they need an answer most. This team.
He's full of confidence with that match-winning performance against Venezuela, and he's come out and carried on and picked up where he left off, both getting to the rim and shooting the ball. That's a pretty stroke that he has, and I like the way in which when he gets down low too, he uses athleticism. He's got a bit of shake and bake, herky, jerky, you know, get the defense off balance. And there you see the shot chart, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. But the 7 points, 3 of 5, perhaps need to get him a little bit more involved. And Prepelic, he came off the bench, and boy, did he have an instant impact. And anytime you can shoot it like this, man, it makes it hard to guard, because not only can he shoot the 3 ball when you've got to be so tight, and there he is trying to draw the defensive foul, he can do this really well. Explodes to the basket and can either finish, or with his basketball IQ, he reads the defense well and can distribute the ball. So he is a handful to guard.
Prepelic and Slovenia have won all 3 of their previous FIBA World Cup games against African teams, scoring 80 or more points. They're more than halfway here now, and they lead by 7 here at the halftime break. But this game has been much closer, and an interesting start for Slovenia. We saw Luka Doncic not be able to hit from the field until midway late into the second quarter. All his points stemming from the free throw line before that. He is not returned out onto the court just yet from halftime.
Well, he's logging significant minutes already in the first 2 games. He's almost at 32 minutes a game, and in this one he's played for 16. I'm sure that the pre-game planning would have been that let's try and put this one to bed as early as we can to give our stars more time to get some rest. But with only a 7-point margin, they have to continue to play their starters and give themselves the best chance to get the win.
Now we know Prepelic in this squad from Slovenia will move on. They've already sealed their ticket to the group of 16 in the second round of World Cup competition. So next up, it's going to be Australia and Germany for this Slovenian squad. And for you, Andrew, what stands out as this team will continue their journey on in that grouping?
Well, I like the depth of Slovenia, but you do, and I'm just talking about the individuals they have, but you do notice a difference between their starters. Certainly Prepelic, when he comes off the bench, he has an instant impact, but trying to feel their way through it and sort out their rotations is going to be a big part of this. And what we've seen from the other pool, which they're going to cross over against with both Australia and Germany, I think that both of those teams will go into the game against Slovenia as the favourites. But anytime you've got Luka Doncic on your team, look out. It's going to be a tough assignment. And
he's getting some extra work here, Andrew, on his left hip. Some extra stretches. That's obviously bothering him.
Well, they'll get a day off tomorrow, and you got to figure out it's not easy when you've got 32 teams to get the schedule right, but both Germany and Australia get the extra day off because they played yesterday and have today off, and we'll get tomorrow off, whereas Slovenia, they'll just get tomorrow off. So that perhaps might work in Australia's favour, particularly if Luka's ailments are a little bit more severe than most of us would hope. Because we don't want to see champions of the game being hampered. We want them to have a free run at it. And a lot of Luka fans with the 77. And the way in which they get behind Luka, he's a big, big favourite right throughout the world.
Fans traveling near and far to be a part of this competition, root on their nation, yell for Luka. Luka's dad right there in the middle of your screen, a family affair for many of the players here too. Okinawa, Japan, and Jakarta, Indonesia, and Manila, Philippines. Certainly the center of basketball and center of sport here in the middle of World Cup play.
Is it ever? This is one of the more popular basketball cities in Japan. And there's the energy tracker. And the energy tracker is minutes played. That's how much energy they've had to expend out there. And as you can see from the numbers, the starters doing the bulk of the heavy lifting so far in the first half.
So Cape Verde, a strong first half. What do you believe Emmanuel Travada's message was to this group?
Well, I think he would have been happy, really happy with the way in which his team played in that first half. Just continue to do what you've been doing, but try and do it a little bit better. I noticed in this one here that they played through Tavares a little bit more than we've seen in the past, and that's helped them. And just controlling the tempo. You don't want to get in a running game.
Stay in same side do Betinho. Ele vai jogar pique com ele. Olha para mim, Anderson. No momento do pique, solta, full, e o coisa entrar para dentro, ok? Vamos embora, vamos. Hey, hey.
One, let him build, and then when he comes close to the paint, then you attack the ball, go trap. You need to control the ball. It's no easy ball. Cannot get ball easy, okay? Exactly. Hey, ori napad odigramo. Luka, naredi blok za Majka. Čule. Hop, gremo double drag. Čule, ja. Hey, wait. Double drag.
We got to give some kudos there to our camera team because they have found a way to deliver those incredible looks into the huddle.
Yep.
Coach Sekulic, you heard Coach Travada. And if you haven't gone and downloaded the Courtside 1891 app, go ahead and scan the QR code on your screen right now. You want to make sure all that info is in the palm of your hands if you're a basketball lover and you're following along here in the Men's World Cup. Slovenia, Cape Verde, second half underway. Carrera gets the first touch in, down low to Tavares, and Coher the start here in the third.
That was a beautiful touch pass. Toby wasn't looking, straight over his shoulder.
Doncic coming in strong. The windmill was an attempt. He's on the floor. Tavares to Coher. Statement dunk, but he's going to get teed up for the extra frill.
Well, he dunked it, and I told you, he's very, very bouncy, and it's the extra chin-up that he tried to do on the rim. So he gets way up and just tried to give it a little bit too much expressing himself. There he goes, chin up, swinging. That's a tee, hanging on the rim. It lets you get away with a little bit, but you know, the chin up like that, it's going to be hard to the officials to ignore it.
And so Alexei Nikolic is on the free throw line for Slovenia, a miss. So no harm, no foul here. And Slovenia to inbound.
We got a 3-point ball game.
We do. First 4 points go to Cape Verde.
was not in the script for Slovenia.
Doncic driving, a look inside, dribbling it out. Will be Dragic here. Almeida staying in front. Dragic, lefty, draws the trigger, misses. Tavares with the rebound. Gomes behind the screen by Tavares, and he hits the three. It's a tied game.
Well, the defensive intensity of Slovenia is not where it needs to be at. They look tired. At this early stage of the tournament, that's a worry. But when you've got Luka on your side, who can just take matters into his own hands, it's a nice asset to have. But it's this end of the floor, which I think is the biggest concern. That's going to be a travel.
And I think Tavares here said, well, Nikolic knocked it out of my hands. I think there's he needed a better angle here, official, but Doncic, his first three-pointer of the game.
Now that's just a breakdown. You can't just have Luka coming off and going underneath the screen. Tavares, that's going to be a foul. Time on Toby.
That's going to be his third personal, Andrew.
Real sensitive on anything moving. And then you see he pushed away. He's got to stand. He did that little extra shuffle step back towards the center line to not give the defense a chance is the thing that brought him undone. And that's a correct call.
Tavares driving. No shot, foul on the floor first. And that's going to go against Nikolic.
Yeah, and you just get that sense that Slovenia just cranking it up a notch on the defensive end the last couple of times. Now they're fouled, but they're a lot more aggressive.
Gomes gets rid of it. Almeida keeping his dribble through traffic. Tavares spotted up top of the three. And loose ball. Doncic's on the floor. A foul handed over by Cape Verde, and Tavares is questioning it.
Well, again, it was our man, Coher, just rising above. Luka falls to the ground again. He thinks it's a flop.
Nikolic. Demetz gets it out of there. Almeida in front of Doncic. That cross-court pass to Prepelic in the corner. In and out, Coher knocks it. And Coher, one speed and an offensive as Doncic was set in front of him.
As I said, he's all over the place. He's active, he's on the glass, on the offensive end, on the defensive end, and now just a little out of control. Luka's there, and that's a charge.
Dragic coming for the screen. Doncic, right wing, nearly loses his handle. Coher picks it up. He's got a collision with a teammate, and they'll travel.
Coher should have just passed the ball. He got a little too anxious about scoring and trying to dunk it. He had Gomes ahead of him. Now, he did lose control, but he's got two players ahead. That's the one he should have just tapped ahead and passed. Instead, he runs into a comedy of errors. And an easy two. Somehow or other, they find a way to mess it up.
Coach Travada, think. He's gonna likely sub him out here as we have a timeout by Slovenia.
Da odigramo prvi napad, ih 4 side, okay? Hey!
Andrew, you can't measure heart, and that's something that Cape Verde is showing they've got a lot of right now with a combination of their effort and fight here to open up the third.
And that's one thing you can't do if you're Toby. He's picked up his third. Carrier's been active, but when you're guarding Tavares, you got to keep vision on the ball. You lose vision, and his size will prevail. Well, Tavares can't go under the screen on him. He's knocked down enough to there's a bit more respect. That's a foul. Reach in.
Almeida picking up his third personal foul. The fourth for Cape Verde here in this quarter. So one more, and Slovenia is in the bonus.
Ooh, Tavares, you can't do that.
He knocked Prepelic to the floor here.
Yeah, he knew he was coming off the screen, and he knew his teammate had been picked off earlier and was going to play catch-up, and just stepped in front of him. None too subtly knocked him to the ground.
So you're looking at Clement Prepelic on the free throw line. That is the bonus mark. He gets 2.
Plays his basketball in Spain, Valencia.
Lead back out to 5 for Slovenia. Lima's pass blocked by Doncic. Prepelic to his cousin, and 1! Prepelic.
That was good D down the other end. Look at the smother. They get in that on-ball situation, and Luka, great hands, good ball pressure. Good finish.
Big cuz to little cuz. Three-point play complete. Lima inside to Tavares. He'll shoot over D-Metz, misses.
Need some more weak side action. Almost stagnant, they throw it in there and everyone's just standing around. Tavares left with not many other options than to shoot it.
Prepelic from the stripe, misses. Ball on the ground for Tavares and company, and Horvat gonna hand over the foul. Almeida slipping through. Open look. Lima in the corner, and he will make them pay.
Almeida made that happen in the aggressive nature way he came off the screen and was able to just split the show.
Doncic fade away off the glass. Will Tavares quickly getting that across midcourt. Asking for some movement here. Pass here for Tavares. He gets up and takes care of business.
Again, it's a beautiful pass that time by Will Tavares. They really got things clicking.
Prepelic driving in, a little closer mid-range. William Tavares driving, trying to get past Doncic. Doncic takes it away. His teammate, Clement, no. Covered up by Lima. We have a jump ball. Slovenia will get the ball here.
That pass I was talking about. Tavares to Tavares. Down the other end. Luka just get to his spot. Kisses it off the glass.
De Hoza now on the floor for Cape Verde. Slovenia here to inbound after the jump ball. Pass, Almeida reading it. Doncic will have a backcourt as he tried to tiptoe that midway line.
Well, that's just really good hustle of fighting over the pin down. Prepelic was coming out to get the ball, and the hustle to stay with it caused the deflection and the error by Slovenia.
Almeida here with the ball, drawing two, dishes De Hoza. Doncic in front of him. He'll pull the trigger, off back rim, and nothing. Prepelic to Horvat, taking the baseline, misses. Demet was in the mix. De Hoza knocked away. Prepelic over to Horvat, and he gets tackled, so he'll get a pair of free throws here.
Well, the strategy's clear right now from Slovenia. Any on-ball screen, particularly the middle on-ball, they're coming out and they're trapping. And they've been able to force a few turnovers from it. Now, they have been beaten a couple of times with the pass, but it's forcing Cape Verde into some terminal action, and that's more to the liking of Slovenia.
One more, guys.
First one goes down for Gregor Horvat, 29-year-old shooting guard who plays in France. Two for two for Horvat, his team up by 9. Largest lead here in the second half. Moments ago, we were knotted up at 45. Lima cutting through, 2 defenders, extra feed, finish from Mensch.
And that's what happens when you hard show and you don't stop the ball. You're able to split it, and good things happen.
Prepelic to Horvat. That one is good. Downtown 3, added to Horvat's stat line here. Lima laying with the left on the right. Doncic laying low. Almeida following him. No whistle, put back. Horvath, the sneaky, sneaky man.
Yeah. Tough shot by Luka.
Dahosa left alone enough on the free throw line, misses.
Six boards and 6 assists now for Luka to go along with his 15 points, but he's only 3 of 13 from the field. Tavares not happy. And Luka has been called for a flop on that last field goal attempt down on the baseline. Felt that when he shot it, that it landed on the ground without any contact.
So as Tavares picks up his third personal, it's Coach Travada that wants to call a timeout here. Scoreboard reads 64-54.
Vamos lá acalmar pouco. Vamos, ter calma. E ouvir. Paciência, temos é que continuar a defender bem. Tivemos agora 3 bolas para correr. Vamos marcar, que estão cansados. Mais espaço, jogar mais. Mais paciência ali. 22, ataques largos. Mais paciência. Quando criamos espaço é que jogam contra um. Bolas têm que chegar a todos.
That man is smiling, Luka Doncic, as his first three-pointer of the contest dropped here in the third quarter.
And that's a defensive breakdown. To come off and just, sure they must have got confused on what their rules were. He is so tough to guard with his size and the way in which he can get shots off where most people will struggle. The versatility when he's in traffic is what's made him one of the greatest players that are going around at present. He'd be in the top 3 or 4. I suggest that the best players in the world as we speak.
Giga Dimets hits the first. Slovenia up now by 11, 2:01 to play here in the third quarter.
This last 2 minutes, important for Cape Verde. I don't want this thing to get out of hand before three-quarter time.
Almeida calling his own number, misses. Tavares there for the rebound and put back. It's a miss. And Doncic taking his time up court. Defense rolling. Doncic will keep it for himself. And a technical going to be called here.
Well, I think they assume that Luka was complaining about the foul.
What you can see from there, the referee who's a half a meter. Why should... No, I don't agree, because he was open. He was open angle.
I don't think Luka was complaining about the foul, though. I think he was just celebrating. I don't think he was thinking that he should be a foul. He was just happy that to see one go through. And he's just pumping himself.
I agree with you, Andrew, on that call.
There was a sneaky little look to the official before he did celebrate, but I think he was just yelling and rejoicing in the fact that he made a big play. And maybe it's just the accumulation of all the ones that they finally get him on one that probably wasn't worthy.
You start to hear and see things that maybe we just couldn't see over here. Lima driving through, that one's picked off. Another takeaway for Slovenia. Doncic, no look, corner shot, looking, at least was Horvat. He'll dribble it around, get it to his teammate. Prepelic to Prepelic, that's an air ball.
And that's Tavares, the 221-centimeter center, the shot-blocking king of European basketball. And Prepelic, just intimidating.
Corner, DeHoza, a miss. And Prepelic pushing forward. Lima, though, picking up his third personal.
See, in many countries in the world, this foul here would be 2 in possession because he just grabs him with 2 hands. There's no play on the ball, and it's just to stop the transition. That was the whole reason, the purpose they brought in the rule. So they don't look at this one, but it's going to be 2 anyway because they're in the bonus. But you can't just do that. You can't just go and grab it to stop the transition. Even though he's getting a couple of free throws, you want to. The whole purpose of the rule was to stop that type of behaviour.
Clement, Prepelic misses the first. Two for 3 here today. Gets it back there on the second. Slovenia, 14-point lead, 34 seconds to go here in the third. Lima, outward intended for Gomes.
A little deflection, not much in it, but just a touch by Horvat caused that turnover.
So shot clock's off, Slovenia with the ball. Almeida in front of Doncic. Doncic driving, shaking Lima. Lima stays on top. Won't go in. 30 minutes in the books, Andrew Gaze, and Slovenia pulling away here, 69-55. Held Cape Verde here just to 10 points in the quarter.
It's time now, everybody, for a bit of karaoke. Do you have your voices ready? I think we're gonna know this one.
Excuse me, 17 here in the quarter.
It was, and it's still, I just feel like Cape Verde hanging on, but this has been a really good effort by Cape Verde. They have nowhere near the same experience or talent, but they've taken it right up to Slovenia, and Slovenia only shooting it at 42%. Cape Verde, it's the turnovers that's hurt them the most. Slovenia have got 7 turnovers, but Cape Verde has 17. And if they could just eliminate some of those, because they're shooting at 52% from the field, so they're getting some good looks. As you see some of these shots they're getting in replay, there's been a number of breakdowns by Slovenia on the defensive end. But the turnovers, when they started to trap those on balls, we saw 3 or 4 turnovers from those situations alone. And it's not just the turnovers, the type of turnover that led to easy transition baskets. And here's Luka getting in, and that's not a foul. He's yelling. Well, actually, now that I see it, I think he was yelling and one. He thought maybe he did think he'd get fouled.
Reversing your call here.
Well, now that I saw it, the close-up, I can understand why. I thought he was just screaming in rejoicing, but he had one. But he was the one that drew the contact. Luka goes in. He was the one that dropped his shoulder in there and trying to draw the foul, and the defense was going straight up. So there was definitely contact, but contact was created by Luka.
So final 10 minutes on the clock here inside Okinawa Arena. Despina Barton alongside Andrew Gaze. the finale in Group F play. Cape Verde and Slovenia on the floor. Next up tomorrow, we will see Cape Verde's going to be a tight turnaround, actually, because the classification games pick up tomorrow. They'll join the group of Venezuela, Finland, and Japan for the placement of 17 through 32.
Gomes comes out and gets it going for...
It's going to be Almeida's fourth personal foul.
Number 6, Almeida. Fourth personal, he's first.
And here comes the substitution. In his place, his brother, Joel Almeida.
Well, I like what, although he picked up his foul, I like what he was doing, trying to get up and in and make life difficult for Luka.
A block from Gomes. Quick change of events here for Cape Verde. How about a three, young man? Misses. Maybe an opportunity to get Coher back on the floor, Andrew, here in the fourth. Horvat driving, finger roll, misses again. Ball knocked out by Prepelic.
That's right, but they're hanging in there. They're just keeping in touch, giving themselves a chance. And look at the recovery by Gomes. You're thinking, well, Horvat's thinking, well, this is an easy two. But here's Gomes down the other end, knocks down the three ball, and he's just on the box. Couldn't make that one fit.
Mike Toby back on the floor for Slovenia. Prepelic launches one. Toby in good possession, and Gomes picks up the second team foul here in the quarter.
That's right, and Kevin Gomes is coming in and giving Walter Tavares a break, but you do notice the difference. That one there, forced to just sacrifice a foul because they were going to get beaten on the boards.
Nikolic from the pass from Doncic. Some insurance on the scoreboard with that three. Almeida has a good look here on the opposite wing. Spinning and knocked out of his hands. Slovenia recovers here, broken play. Gomes trying to stay in front of Doncic. He's spinning, fade away on the left. Glass helps him out. Doncic now with 19.
And for 95% of that, Gomes did a really good job. Just the class of Doncic at the end prevailing.
Kennedy Mensch there for two.
Luka's already played 28 minutes. This would not have been in the script at the start of the game.
Mike Toby. This one taken out of the hands of Vacek. And he'll hand over a foul on the way down court. And Doncic here using this as a learning opportunity.
A shake and bake. It's tough. It's tough to guard.
I want to check this. Give me normal speed, Baker. We are going to use contact need to create area for the unsportsmanlike foul. Can I have this angle? For me, this is not normal basketball play. He left the hand and tripped him. You see?
Kicks with his left leg.
Okay, and I think so it's a mid-contact for the criteria for the unsportsmanlike foul, and we can go here with the C1.
Yeah, it's not a legitimate attempt to play the ball.
So our
55, it's unfortunately foul. We have a shooter.
21 blue.
21 blue. Okay, thank you.
So you heard it there, Andrew, unsportsmanlike. This is going to be upgraded,
Yeah.
and we're going to see some free throws.
Well, in real time, it just looked like there was an inadvertent clipping, but on the replay, you can see it was more of an intentional clip by Shabashek, and they picked it up, had a look at it, went through the process, and it certainly wasn't a basketball play, and there was a trip. I think they worked through it and came to the right conclusion.
So you're looking at Joao Gomes on the free throw line, the 38-year-old. Two for two for Gomes with 15 this evening. Game back within a dozen. And in the passing lane, a takeaway for Nikolic in Slovenia. Prepelic, he's tackled from behind. So Bene Prepelic will head to the free throw line.
And there, that's another example of the type of turnover. Just 18 turnovers, but one, it's a simple play, inbound pass. And a terrific effort by Gomes to try and prevent the two.
Make him earn it from the free throw line. So Bine hits the first. Nine points for Bine Prepelic. Gomes will dribble in, mid-range, a miss. And Slovenia out in transition, no one catching Prepelic. Lemon this time for two. And Cape Verde's gonna call a timeout as they now trail by 16 with 6:51 to play.
Might be time to bring back Walter Tavares.
Que bom lança! Como é que não há ninguém atrás, velho? 1, 2, 3, 4 gajos! Isso, não, aí não tem hipótese. Esse aqui é o meu problema, o momento de querer jogar 4 grandes. Não há recuperação. Ok, vamos jogar, continua. 44. 44 outra vez. 44 outra vez lá em cima. Jogamos com paciência. Michel está a esconder aqui e aparece no corner, aqui no meio, onde eles estiverem a jogar. Beto faz o movimento, bloqueias, sais por cima. Ei, corta a bola.
Slovenia able to capitalize 21 points in transition, 17 off second chance opportunities. And this game is much closer than anybody expected, Andrew.
It is, and if you think of those turnovers, they could have just minimized that if they're even closer. We see a little Luka magic, but it's 18 turnovers, and a lot of them I keep repeating. They're those turnovers that are very difficult to defend against. Open court, easy twos. And they haven't been able to force Slovenia into too many. Only 7 turnovers, that's outstanding by Slovenia and the way in which they've taken care of the ball.
Gomes gets Doncic flying off him. And rolling into the hands of William Tavares. We'll get another chance here for Cape Verde. Eddie Tavares now, off back rim. Prepelic gets it safely into the hands there, handing it to Nikolic.
It's like Toby's just playing a one-man zone. They're prepared to let Tavares just shoot it wherever he wants. Could have taken another dribble in. Oh my, what an alley-oop pass.
Prepelic to Mike Toby.
Toby with the finish, but nice look by Prepelic.
Tavares to Gomshir. Almeida spotting up in the corner. Cape Verde really needed that one. 18-point lead for Slovenia, who has already stamped their ticket on to the second round of the Men's World Cup, as Doncic will give a behind-the-back pass to Bine Prepelic. I think he's going to go shoot three.
He is. He got fouled.
Foul on Verde.
Have a look at the pass. And there is Tavares trying to do the best and put as much pressure as he can on Prepelic, but no help from the weak side. And Prepelic, there was decent ball pressure there, but just clever enough to throw it up. Gets the approval of Luka.
A lot of valuable minutes from Bine Prepelic today, the younger of the two cousins. We haven't seen a whole lot of him on the floor here in the tournament. So for Coach Sekulic, this has got to be nice to see, to work in and see him get some consistent minutes strung together.
Well, that's right, and I think that's a product of Jaka Blazic not being available. Blazic is the back injury, and you know, he wasn't playing a lot, only a handful of minutes, but just when you accumulate that into Prepelic's minutes, he's had more opportunity.
Yep, so Jaka Blazic out with a back injury today. He's being monitored. Nothing showed up on the screening, so that's good to hear. But he'll be day-to-day for Slovenia as they continue on in the second round.
It's only going to get a whole lot tougher now for Slovenia.
Yeah, that's because they're going to be met with Australia and Germany on the other side.
Tough, very tough side of the draw at the World Cup. I mean, it's tough everywhere, but these two teams, talking about teams that would finish third and fourth at the Tokyo Olympics, having to meet here in the round of 16, or the second phase of the World Cup.
And knowing that only the top two teams out of that grouping will advance, so somebody stays home. Somebody will not be getting...
Well, a real high-quality team is going to miss out. We've already seen another one of the favourites, France. They've been knocked out early. Still playing, of course, but knocked out as far as a chance to win a medal.
Gomes spinning through traffic there. But you're right, France being knocked out, fine with World Cup play. I guess you can swallow the pill. They're still obviously going to be competing in the Paris 24 games. They are the host nation, so that bodes well for them. But what a surprise. Would you say that was the biggest upset so far?
I think right now, with the way in which they played, a 30-point annihilation at the hands of Canada. And Canada, everyone knew that they was going to be great. Luka Doncic checking out of the game. I think we've seen him finish for the night. He ends up with 19 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. But he only shot it at 5 of 17 from the field.
Lemon Prepelic, another three-pointer to add to his stat line. The lead inflates to 21.
Toby picked up another foul. That's be his fourth. There's Luka gathering his thoughts. It's that left hip that he looks exhausted. You see the numbers. Impressive.
What's unfortunate about the teams that are playing today, they only get one rest day before they continue into the group of 16.
Spot on. So they're going to have to concentrate more on the recovery and the recovery of the body and the mind. And they'll do the bulk of their preparation for Australia in the video room.
And remind everybody again, when's the last time that Slovenia met up with Australia?
Well, just for those who haven't heard, that it was the bronze medal game at the Tokyo Olympics. And Australia with a historic moment, first ever Olympic medal for Australia. And it was a tough battle.
And you gotta think there's no love lost between those two nations, right? It was Australia who kept Slovenia away from podium at the Olympics.
And they'd be acutely aware of how difficult Australia is trying to guard Paddy Mills and the new brigade of Josh Giddey, Xavier Cooks. Toby splashes the three.
And two, the team that's probably on the hottest streak here in Okinawa is Germany.
Yeah, they're tough. Really tough. They've got a tricky one in the next up. They've got Georgia. And they'll go in as the overwhelming favourites, but Georgia have got enough talent that if you don't behave yourself, they can beat you. A couple of NBA players play hard, they're big, they can match Germany's size.
I mean, the competition here in Okinawa is just going to heat up as the groupings get narrower and narrower.
Yeah, that's right.
Today in this contest, the conclusion of group and the first round here, the Men's World Cup, is you saw Walter Tavares.
Picked up his 10th board. 9th point, but he's been a lot more aggressive. He's had 13 field goal attempts in this one. Oh, that's a foul. Gee, nothing subtle about that at all. Just showing his frustration. He thought he got fouled down the other end, and he's just almost like he's chasing a tech foul. Here we see here, just a push.
And some wholesale changes here as far as the lineup goes. For Slovenia, Nikolic, Toby go off, as well as Prepelic. And so we'll see Dimets on the floor with Samar. And Chabacek. 23-point advantage for Slovenia here, 2:41 to play. Coher with the ball.
And the margin's not going to reflect how tight this was.
In the third quarter, we were knotted up at 45 apiece.
That's right, and got away from just before three-quarter time, 14-point lead to Slovenia. And they're able to stick with them, Cape Verde, who, coming from a nation with only 560,000 odd people, it's quite amazing what they've been able to do.
And the fight in this team and the country has been fun to be a part of here, as they made history the game before this one, knocking off Venezuela 81-75. Coach Travada there on your screen. This group is dedicated.
And you know, we talk about populations and what it can impact and how we marvel at some of these smaller populations. Slovenia right there as well. A couple of million odd. Last time I saw it, certainly not too much more than 2 million. For them to be as dominant as they are in basketball speaks volumes for their programs as well, and the way in which that they can develop players.
That's the size of the county I live in. 2 million. Well, I would say it's a little bit more, but you're right, that's impressive. Small nation, a whole lot of talent. And the game of basketball just spreading like wildfire across the globe.
fella here is fun to watch. Can be a little erratic, which we saw earlier on when he ran into his own teammate in the open court.
The Slovenian squad and Čebeček this time keep tacking on more and more points. Under 90 seconds to go.
Double foul called here. It's going to be on
bench.
Čebeček.
Fans on their feet still for Cape Verde. First ever appearance in the World Cup. First ever victory here 2 nights ago. Koher from the corner. Mensch gets it taken away. Right in the sideline there is Dragic. Little skip pass, and Koher reads that one. I think Cape Verde has got to be pretty proud of the way they played.
I would. And, you know, they've got to take this and build. They've got to do the best they can in classification. Oh, yes, a nice pass. And it's Mr. Active himself, Koher, constructing the play. And the beautiful dish off to Gomsh, who finishes with a powerful dunk.
A lot of promise here that we've seen from Cape Verde.
Yeah, and their fans showing the respect on their feet, still cheering and dancing and showing the love for this performance by Cape Verde against one of the contenders. I'm not sure they're the favourites, but certainly one of the contenders.
Koher. Continue to challenge here on defense. Botman goes to the deck. Excuse me, Horvat there. He's still down on the other side as the final seconds tick away, and Mendoza hits a three-pointer. And clear pain, though, on the opposite end. We are seeing Gregor Horvat.
Have a look. Here's the replay. An issue with his knee or hip. And he's vented his frustrations out to the umpire, the referee, and he's just been awarded a technical foul. And there's a tech on the coach of Slovenia, so there's going to be a couple of free throws. It seems that Slovenia are willing to make a point, perhaps forward planning, trying to set the tone with the officials. There's a little bit of contact down there.
So one more here for Dahosa. Able to get the ball back.
A couple of cheapies.
Yeah.
Help pad the stats a little.
In garbage time here.
And they'll just throw this ball in. I just get it over the center line, and I suspect that that'll be all.
Samar will dribble this out. The guys will shake it up. And this game comes to a close. Coaches meet at midcourt, and it's Slovenia that closes out Group F play unblemished. A first for Slovenia here to open up World Cup competition. Coach Travada there having a few words with a superstar, Luka Doncic.
It is. It's a great treat for Cape Verde to get the opportunity to play against a superstar like Luka Doncic, not just for Cape Verde, but for everyone. And there they see the two former teammates. And it's Prepelic is the one that I really like. Klayman Prepelic come in with the 18 points 7 assists. He was an impact player in 24 minutes. And Luka will get the plaudits with his 19, but he did it at 5 of 17 from the field, so it wasn't a good shooting day with his. And it was that man, Gomps, number 21, for Cape Verde with the 17 points. As Slovenia move on.
There's a lot of work in front of Slovenia, though. Andrew Gaze, they will match up with Australia, Germany, while Cape Verde will go to the classification round and meet Finland and Japan.
That's right. So still plenty of basketball to be played as Cape Verde continue their journey, try to get into a pre-Olympic qualification, give their chance to again experience international competition. The field goal percentages, Cape Verde very healthy, 48%. It's the three ball that hurt them, 7 of 24, only 29%. And they didn't get the free throw line. 8 of 9 for the free throw line as compared to Slovenia, who basically kept up their average, who had been averaging 31 free throw attempts per game. They were 23 of 30. So they found their way again to the free throw line. But it was a quality performance by Cape Verde. The scoreline doesn't indicate how close it actually was and how competitive it was, but they're better for the experience.
Gomsh and the fiery output by Cape Verde kept Slovenia and Luka Doncic on the floor late into the fourth quarter. There was no rest for the Slovenian squad as they now prepare and have a day off before they move on to the group of 16. Luka Doncic, we saw him struggle from the field. He had a nagging hip injury. We hope that he can heal up here in the time off because, yeah, guess who's waiting for him? Germany and Australia.
My word. And it's Australia up for next, that are up next for Slovenia. So they're going to have to get their rest, go through the scout, get some recovery, and have their sports science people on top of things. Toby was good. Mike Toby got into foul trouble, but the minutes he played, he was solid for his 9 points, 6 boards. But they'll be looking for some improvements. It was a shaky start to the game. First half was a bit disjointed, very clunky. And weren't in the groove, couldn't get into any flow. It took them a while to take control of this one, but ultimately they prevailed and they move on.
So Slovenia takes care of Cape Verde here inside Okinawa Arena. It was a battle for 3.5 quarters. The African nation of Cape Verde showing their heart and fight. They deserve, they said, to be here, and they just want to make their country proud. They've done so far. And there's more basketball ahead of them in the classification as we'll figure out where they land 17 through 32. So here's the final Group F standings. Slovenia perfect here through 3, a first for them in World Cup play. Slovenia, Georgia moving on, and they will match up on the other side with Germany and Australia. Then the top 2 teams from there will move to the quarterfinals.
That's right.
And they will move also from Okinawa to Manila. But from here, it is Slovenia all the way. Final score 92-77 for Andrew Gaze. I'm Despina Barton. That guy's Luka Doncic, and he had another great victory for his squad. More to come from Okinawa. Congrats, Slovenia.